Today we're going to talk about parallel lines cut by a transversal. So there's a couple vocab words first. First we have to talk about parallel lines. What are parallel lines? Parallel lines are lines that go on forever. And the beauty of them is they never touch. They're like railroad tracks. They just run side by side forever. Well, having them run side by side forever makes it very special because then the distance between them stays the same throughout. Whereas if I drew a line like this and drew a line like that, eventually they start to creep together and intersect. Hey, what's going on, Tickler? So parallel lines never do that. They just keep running side by side by side. Then what we do is we cut them with this thing called a transversal. And a transversal just runs through it. And once we do that, we have set up a scenario where we have some very great information that comes along out of that. So we have our parallel lines, which are two lines that run side by side and never intersect. Oh, thank you. And then the transversal intersects the two parallel lines. So the first thing that we want to talk about is what I call the F shape. When you start to analyze these angles, so we have two parallel lines, and let me back up real quick. When you know they're parallel, they are telling you they are parallel with double arrows on them. So the fact that they are doubled arrowed tells you that they're parallel without even having to tell you they're parallel. So when we go to a problem like this, make sure your teacher, like myself, sets it up so that it shows they are parallel. Okay? Now once we know that, let's just highlight what do we know. So when we do this, here's angle, angle 1 right there. And here's another angle 1 right there. And what I want you to visualize is, hopefully, you see what we call the F shape. And it's sort of looks like an F, but you have to start to train your mathematical eye to see this F. Or to see this F. And if I extend this angle right here, you can start to see that F. Or right here, start to see that F. Whenever you create this F shape from two parallel lines that are cut by a transversal, what you have are corresponding angles. And corresponding angles, you guessed it, are equal. So angle 1 would be equal to angle 1. So these two angles are equal to each other. Angle 2 would be equal to angle 2. These will be equal to each other. And then angle 3 and angle 3, these two angles are equal to each other. Oh man, holy, what? Thank you. That was amazing. So when you get that, like that F shape, that corresponding angles, you know the angles are equal to each other. So that is the first of the 4 horsemen. We're going to talk about 4 different ones. So the first one we're going to talk about, corresponding. Next one, let's talk about the Z shape. So, I didn't move my numbers. Hold on. You did not see this yet. Okay. Okay, I set that up. Set that up. And set that up. Okay. See? Nothing happened. All right. So the Z shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight angle 1 here, and we're going to highlight angle 1 there, and what did we build? A Z. Highlight angle 2 here, highlight angle 2 here. What did we build? A Z. A weird looking Z, but it's still a Z. Like you want to start training your brain to start to see this Z shape. Or this Z shape using these angles. So angle 3 and angle 3, you have this Z shape. Okay? So once again, with that information, we know equal. They're equal to each other. So this angle is equal to this angle right there. Or this angle, angle 1, is equal to this angle 1. So those angles are on alternate sides of the transversal. That's why they call them alternate. They're on opposite sides of the transversal. And they're on the insides of the parallel lines. So that's why they are called alternate interior angles. Okay? So that is numero dos. So the first one, F shape corresponding. Second one, Z shape, alternate interior angles. Third one is what I like to call the butterfly wings. And the butterfly wings, once again, we are calling them alternate, because watch what happens when I highlight this angle and I highlight that one. They're on alternate sides of the transversal. Alternate sides of the transversal. And I call them butterfly wings because I do this in my classroom. And I'm like, hey, they're just like butterfly wings. And they're on the outsides of the parallel lines. Okay? So, angle 3, those are on the outside of the parallel lines. So these are alternate exterior angles because they're outside of the parallel lines and they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So this is outside, this is outside. This is outside my parallel lines. This is outside my parallel lines. Instead of being in between them, they're on the outsides. Outsides and on alternate, you could probably do something like this and make it really weird in your classroom, but you just need them to know they're on opposite sides and they're on the outside of the transversal for alternate exterior angles, or what I call the butterfly wings. I don't remember these methods. That's why I asked. Oh, what did we ask? Is this what we're learning on Monday? Yeah, this is definitely what we're learning tomorrow. I haven't taught this yet. I'm making this video so that people could watch it ahead of time or watch it as a refresher if they didn't get the information on that day. But yeah, this is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Alright, so butterfly wings, alternate exterior angles. And the fourth one, of course I moved these ones. Fourth one is going to be two angles in the middle that make a U shape. This is the U. Okay? Now, what's special about the U is not that they are equal to each other. What's special about the U is that when I take angle 1 and angle 2, the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equal 180 degrees. But I have to have parallel lines cut by a transversal, parallel lines cut by a transversal, parallel lines cut by a transversal, and the interior angles on the same side. So now they're not on alternate sides anymore. They're the same side interior angles are equal to 180. They used to call them consecutive interior angles because they are next to each other. They're consecutive in order. They have since changed that. I don't know when. Somebody decided they like same side interiors. But I will always refer, at least for people's knowledge, that they are also consecutive interiors because that's how I learned it. So we have a U shape here where angle 1 and angle 2 add together to give me 180. I got angle 1 and angle 2 equal to 180. Okay? These are the same side interior angles. So for the other three of the four, the F shape, the Z shape, and the butterfly wings, those are all equal. The U shape is the one that is 180 degrees. So what I would do, and what we'll do next in class, is I'm just going to give you this, and I want you to figure out which one of the shapes you have. So when I look at these, take your highlighter and highlight what you have. Highlight what you have. Highlight what you have. Highlight what you have. And if you highlight and start to see, you'll start to see the Z shape, the U shape, the F shape. And this is a upside down F if you don't see it. F shape. Upside down F if you don't see it. F shape. And these I just call butterfly. Okay, so the only thing we have to worry about is the U is 180. So when they do this, they want question mark plus 52 equals 180. The rest of them, whatever it's equal to is what it's equal to. So this is 50. This one, question mark, is 134. Oops, not 1300. 134. This one, 108. This one, 70. This one, 51. The only one that's a little different is the U shape, where we have to add the two angles together and set them equal to 180. Okay, now pause the video, try these ones, but same kind of idea. So what do we have? Well, this one, F shape. This one, butterfly wings. This one, U shape. This one, Z shape. This one, X. X. What do we do for an X? Where did the X come from? Well, let's talk about it. How many lines make up my X? Two lines that intersect, the angles opposite. Yeah, they brought old vertical angles into play. So these are vertical angles. They're directly across from each other. So this one is going to be vertical angles is my justification. However, we still know they're equal to each other. And then this one, I just have a straight line. What do I know about a straight line? Ooh, go back to your vocab. That's 180. So question mark plus 126 equals 180. And we would subtract 126 from both sides and get 54 as our answer. Same thing here. Question mark plus 95 equals 180. And this should be 85 because 90 and 90 make up 180. So borrow 5, put it over here. 110, 65, 130, because these shapes, the Z, the F, and the butterfly wings are equal. They're equal pictures. So whenever you do and set those up, those have to be equal. So this is what we call supplementary or linear pair postulate theorem. And then these ones are vertical angles. Okay. Let's do 2 more practice problems, but let's go from the top. So what I have is I have a U shape. So in this U shape, what that's telling me is -5 plus 10x plus 16x plus 3 equals 180, because I have the U shape, which is same side interior angles. So if I highlight my variables and draw a line down the middle of my equal sign, they're on the same side. So that's telling me combine like terms. So then that's going to be 26x And then if I did a negative 5 plus 3, that should be a negative 2 equals 180. Add 2 to both sides. I'm trying to zero out the 2's. So I get 26x equals 182. Then the division property of equality. And I'm going to divide by 26 on both sides. This is going to 1 out the 26's. So that x equals, I have no idea. It should be 182, not 180. So 182 divided by 182 divided by 26 gives me 7. So I got 7 as my final answer. Now, I would plug it back in to get 16 times 7 plus 3. Uh-oh. 15 times 7 plus 3. 115. 115. So then that means this should be 65, because if I put these two together, they add together to give me 180, which shows that they are correct. All right. Now, last one we're going to do is this problem right here, and if you highlight, you can see the Z shape. Z shape means alternate interior angles, and what we know about them is that they are equal. So I'm going to set them equal to each other by alternate interior angles. So that's what we're going to do for that one. Thanks, baby.
How long do you think you'll be?
I'm on my last problem, so it shouldn't take.
So would you do some math with Sawyer?
Yep. Yeah. So here's an x, here's an x. Draw a line down the middle, equal sign. And I'm going to move 5x to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. So that is subtraction property of equality. All right. That will zero out the 5x's. So that I'm left with 16 equals x plus 7. 6 minus 5 is 1. So the singular x we can just write as an x. And then we need to get rid of the 7. So subtract 7 from both sides. That's the subtraction property of equality. And that will leave us with, let's do a little dark green action. 9 equals x. As we zero out the 7's. Once again, plug it back in. We're going to do 6 times 9 plus 7. Or 16 plus 5 times 9. Because hopefully these two equal to each other because we had alternate interior angles. So this will be 54 plus 7. And then this will be 16 plus 45. So 50, 61. 61. Checks out. There we go. And we know we have the right answer. So, this is going to be our next section we're going to cover tomorrow. And then I'll probably have to go live again tomorrow night so I could get 4.4 out of the textbook. Get that done and ready to go. SS. Seems easy enough. Sweet. Good. Yeah. Once again, your biggest thing are going to be the 4 different shapes. Making sure that you can see the F you can see the Z, you could see the butterfly wings or the U shape, and know if you see a U shape, add them together, set them equal to 180. So seeing all these different shapes only on the information they give you, and then solving it out. And then these are going to be like the most complex problems that you're going to see. But yeah, that's what we're going to go over tomorrow. But I want to make sure that I've got a video in case anybody watches it early or needs it afterwards. So thank you all for stopping by. If there's anything else, don't forget you are welcome to always like and subscribe. But also join the Discord channel where you can post homework problems right in here. It's empty right now. Post homework problems and I will do them on the next stream, tag you in them, so that you get the information you need. Have a great week. How you start your week is what you're going to get out of it. So hopefully everyone has a wonderful Monday, and I'll probably see you tomorrow night. Thank you again.